The next theme, which of course would always come around with Maharaj, is the guru. Now, when I first went to him, and he said, "Are you willing to stay 8 days and absorb the teachings?" And I said, "Whatever Maharaj wants me to do, I'll do." I was into the guru game, and I didn't know. I didn't know I was even into the guru game because I didn't know it was a game. Maharaj's reply to me was, "Don't you understand? I don't play that game. If you want to play the guru-disciple game, go play it somewhere else." Now, I had played the guru-disciple game with Baba Muktananda for many years, and it was really time for me to let go of this. And so what I started to get clear about being with Maharaj is he had a guru. His guru gave him the basic teachings, which was, you are that, there's only one substance, you are the absolute reality, question everything, don't believe anything. He gave him those teachings, and Maharaj will say, and I held on to those and I believed him, and what happened was all of this came to pass. It took for him somewhere around 3 years. When you get further into Maharaj and you get clearer about the I am, Maharaj makes a statement which is, the guru walks with you to the final goal. The guru is your own self. The guru walks with you to the final goal. Something like that all throughout the work. What you start understanding is that the guru is the I am. The guru is not something out there. The guru is the I am. You, without using your thoughts, memory, emotions, associations, perceptions, are the guru. The illusion is that there's a guru out there rather than understand that the guru is who you are. So naturally, since the guru is the I am without thoughts, memory, emotions, associations, perceptions, naturally the guru is going to be with you all the time. Obviously the guru knows what you do because it's you. And that is the key thing. It is you. Without thoughts, memory, emotions, associations, perceptions, you are the guru. Now, unfortunately, the question always arises is, what is a guru? A guru is somebody who knows who they are. Now, because somebody knows who they are, does not necessarily mean that they can teach, that they can even communicate or describe to you. In other words, because somebody knows who they are does not mean they can play the piano. Because somebody knows who they are does not mean they can fix a car. Because somebody knows who they are doesn't mean they can run a 4-minute mile. So there's knowing who you are, and then there's the ability to teach. Now, I'm not saying that Nisargadatta is the only person who knew who they were and could somehow teach. What I am saying is he was the only person that I met that those two things came together in such a clear, powerful way. And so I think very often people will confuse knowing who you are and the ability to teach. And because those things are so not necessarily connected, what you have is people who have done spirituality or yoga for years and years and years and suffered. Now, part of this to understand is I was with many, many gurus, and one particularly, Baba Prakashananda, who I loved tremendously. He was really sweet and wonderful, but he was a very, very poor teacher. For me. For somebody else, he might have been the greatest teacher in the world. You have to be your own barometer. If you've been with somebody, and Maharaj will say this, if you've been with somebody for years and you're still suffering, or if you've been with somebody for years and you're feeling more and more, in quotes, liberated, then obviously you've picked the right person or you've picked the wrong person. The qualifier for me always is, after years, am I clearer? Am I closer? Do I have a greater understanding of knowing who I am and also understanding who I'm not? Rather than blaming yourself, I would suggest noticing, is it really right for me? Is it a hand-in-glove mix with this particular teacher? And if it's not, to leave, rather than doing what I did for years, which is hanging out with someone who knew who they were, but couldn't teach to suit me, and then thinking somehow I had to take on the act and role or game of that particular spiritual discourse or context and play that out. So there are several questions to ask. One is, can they teach, and can they teach me? So the guru is the I am, without thoughts, memory, emotions, associations, perceptions. So you are that guru. And whether the, in quotes, person outside of you who's giving you those teachings can teach or is a teaching right for you, you have to be your own barometer. Oftentimes a question arises about ritualized worship or puja, since Maharaj certainly did arati or chanting 3 times a day. And the best way I could relate this is I was once there with him and a man had brought him a present. And he put it in front of Maharaj, and 5 minutes went by, 10 minutes went by, 15 minutes went by. Maharaj never did anything. All of a sudden the man said to Maharaj, I brought you a present, why don't you open it? And he got very intense, and he looked at the man and he said, I know why you brought this present. I even know what's in it. I don't need anything. I don't even need my own self. But I still do arati 3 times a day to my guru. And that's a mystery.